Hey you guys, I hope you're having a really good day so far. I am just going to go ahead and do my makeup for the day. Today I wanted to show you the more natural kind of look I've been doing lately when I really want to get out the door really fast. Mostly focusing on just really clean, light, soft skin and a little bit of glow and just kind of making everything look just a little bit more pulled together. So that's what I'm doing today. I have my little Shooky headband. So you can see my hair, I just washed it, so that's why it's a little crazy. It is getting super, super light. You can see a lot of the blonde starting to come through, but there's still a lot of the mint green color left. I'm just trying to fade as much of it out as possible before I do my next color. First up, I'm going in with this. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I picked this up in my most recent haul. And I love this primer. It's really, really good. You only need a tiny, tiny bit of it. And I just like swiping it in all these general areas. And then I just work it up into the pores. All right, for foundation, I'm going with another thing I picked up in that haul, and this is the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. I'm in the shade True Buff Beige, and I love this. It's just a very basic squeezy tube. So I just squish about that much out, sometimes a little bit more. And then I like just applying this with a damp sponge. And I like taking this up underneath my eyes because it's actually really moisturizing, I've noticed. So I will take this entirely underneath my eyes, and then I will just go in and cover up any dark circles that are left with a little bit of concealer. Normally I will stop my foundation like right here, but this I just take it all the way up because it doesn't make it look cakey once I start to layer it. I do take this pretty heavy around my mouth and chin right now just because of all the breakouts. Can see there's a new one starting right there. I think the problem is I started eating dairy again because it's pumpkin spice everything season. So I started consuming a lot of dairy again, and I think that's what's causing me to break out. I'm giving it another week, and if my skin hasn't cleared up, then I will completely cut out dairy again and see how it goes. I just love cheese and milk. And all the Starbucks drinks just so much, and they're just not the same without it. And cream cheese. Can we talk about my love for cream cheese? Oh my goodness. Oh, if you see the little mark on my nose, foundation cannot hide that. That's from my glasses. I wore them all day yesterday. So that mark will take like hours of me wearing contacts to work its way off of my skin. It's just a shadow, but there's nothing I can really do about it just because my glasses frames are so heavy. As you can see, this gives just a nice light coverage to my skin. It evens everything out. It helps cover this. It doesn't cover it fully, but honestly, you really can't cover the texture when it's that bad. For concealer, I'm going in with my Maybelline Master Conceal in shade 20 Light. This is one of my favorite like main drugstore type concealers. Like ColourPop's probably my very favorite drugstore concealer, but this is more of like the traditional drugstore brands like Maybelline, L'Oreal, Revlon, etc. This is definitely my favorite concealer out of those. I'll just pop a little bit. And I'm just popping a tiny bit of this on my eyelids to function as primer. And I'm not going to set this just because this concealer is a little bit thicker. So if I get any creasing throughout the day, I'll just tap it out with my ring fingers. For blush, I'm going in with a lot of creams today because I want a very just soft look. This is the Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush. Is this discontinued? This is in shade 05 Fresh Pink. I have looked for this in stores and I have not found it. Is it discontinued? Are they just not carrying it widely anymore? Like, if you have seen this in stores, please let me know, because this is one of my very favorite cream blushes, like, ever. It's so good. And I will be heartbroken if this has been discontinued. Like, look how pretty that is. It's buildable and it just gives you a really soft flush. If anyone knows of anything like similar to this, even if not in like the formula, but like how it looks on your cheeks, let me know, because I just love cream blushes. They're so pretty. And for highlight, I'm actually going in with this. I haven't brought this out in a while. This is the Essence So Glow Cream to Powder Highlighter in shade 20, Bright Up Your Life. This is what it looks like. And it's a very, very similar consistency to the Dream Bouncy blush. I just take a little bit on my finger and just pat it in. I like to pat rather than rubbing, just because I don't want to disturb the foundation underneath too much. All right, now let's move on to eyes. First, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows, and I'm using the NYX Fill and Fluff. I also showed this to you guys in my latest haul. Typically with this, I will go in first with the little brush and brush out my eyebrows. And then I will go in with the little pencil. You guys can probably see as I'm putting it on how much waxier the formula is. It really kind of grabs the hairs and moves them into place, but also looks really streaky. Do you see that? That's what the little brush kind of smooths out and makes everything look so much better. So you can actually get a really detailed brow with this if you're patient and take your time. Unfortunately, time is the one thing I do not have a lot of today. Do you see how I go in with this little brush and it then just kind of smooths out all the waxiness and blends everything in together, and you get that really just soft brow? I love that so much, because I have to add so much color to my brows to match my hair, because my natural brows are so much lighter than my hair color. My brows can often look really harsh. And even when I go dark using this product, my brows tend to look softer and fluffier, and I really, really like that. Brows are done. And for today's eye look, I'm keeping it really, really simple, just because the palette I grabbed at the drugstore, this one, the NYX Mystic Metals, is not great for a full eye look by itself. It lacks a lot of the things I typically go for in palettes, like a good transition shade. It really doesn't have a whole lot of that. So this is more of a supplementary palette. Like if you had this in a neutrals palette, that would be beautiful. But today I'm just grabbing a little Morphe brush, and I am going into, well, the shades are numbered. So I'm going into this shade right here. This is probably my favorite shade in the palette. I like using this one for just an all over kind of a wash, which is one of the easiest makeup looks to do for every day. Now, when I do a wash look like that, because my eyes are slightly hooded, I like taking it up into this area just to kind of lift my eyes a little bit. Then I'm going to take that same brush and just wipe it off real quick. Go into the highlight in here, pop it on those inner corners. This highlight is really subtle and a little powdery. I don't necessarily love it. And then I want to just define my lash line a bit more, so I'm taking a flat eyeliner brush and I'm going into this shade right here and just getting it on that brush. And I'm just going to line my top lid with that. The easiest way to line with a shadow without like smudging it and having it go everywhere is just to kind of push and wiggle into the lashes. And I typically only line, especially when I'm doing shadows, like to the inside of my iris or my pupil. Iris? Pupil? Iris, I swear I know things. I only sound dumb when I haven't finished my second cup of coffee for the day yet. And that just gives a very, very subtle line to the eyes, gives you a little bit more definition, etc. Now I'm taking a little fluffy shader brush. And you could go in with like one of these two colors underneath and it would be beautiful. But I have meetings and other things going on tonight, so I'm just taking the same shade I used on the lid and just diffusing that underneath my eye. All right, let's go ahead and curl our lashes and then do mascara. For mascara today, I'm using my Revlon Volumizing. This is probably my favorite drugstore mascara at the moment, which is saying a lot because I love drugstore mascaras so much. They're just amazing. But this one is like my favorite right now, at least for my lashes. It just gives you that soft, feathery, darker, thicker lash without it looking clumpy at all, which is incredible. I desperately need to go and buy a full size of this when I run out. I just hope that this isn't one of those cases where the sample is like better than the full size, because I've had that happen with products before and I know other people who have had that happen with products, and that would be heartbreaking because like my lashes right now, I love it. I love it so much. Sorry if I sound just a little bleh and down and not my usual super hyper self. It's because I have not finished my second cup of coffee and I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night. Again. Yeah, I know it's not good. I'm going to use a towel and just clean off any foundation that went onto my lips. And for my lips today, I'm actually going very, you know what? No. Okay, I was going to do the Vaseline Lip Therapy Rosy Lip Tint, but you know what? With that eye look, I want to do something different. Maybe? Ha, found it. Okay. No, I can't use that. That's not drugstore. Ah! Ooh, okay. Challenge. Ha, okay. So what I was going to use was this. This is the Bite Beauty Matte Lip Crayon in Glacé. And I looked in my drawer real quick and I found a color dupe, or at least a very similar color, in the NYX Lip Lingerie. This is in the shade Bedtime Flirt. Because I want a natural look today, I'm going to scrape some of the excess product off and just do a super thin layer of this, because all the lip lingeries can look really heavy and cakey if you put on a thick layer. All right, you guys, and this is the final look. It's really soft, really gentle, and really easy to do. The main star really is the skin. This primer and this skin veil are like holy grail for my skin. They make them look amazing. I don't know how, but like my skin looks incredible right now. I don't know if it's coming across in camera, but looking in the mirror, even up close, my skin looks really good and fresh and natural. So again, you could use like that base and the basic cream products I used and use like any lip and eye that you wanted. Like you could do a really pretty soft brown smoky eye, or you could even do a nude lid with just some black liner and some soft gloss, and it would look so pretty. And of course, I regularly change up the eye and lip, but as far as the skin, that's a general look I've been doing lately for day to day, and I really like it. I think it's really flattering to have the softer, dewier skin for a change, and I'm just really happy with how it looks. So that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And you can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I am pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.